Good evening. So, welcome to अंकुर IAS YouTube channel. And आज के इस सेशन में we will be discussing about the concept of bureaucracy. ठीक है, क्या ब्यूरोक्रेसी हमारे देश के लिए जो यहाँ पे बिगेस्ट हर्डल है? Now, this topic we will be covering twice. एक तो जो यहाँ पे हमारे पॉलिटिकल सोशियोलॉजी में दे रखा है ब्यूरोक्रेसी क्या होता है. इसके अलावा जब हम सोशियोलॉजी की थिंकर्स करते हैं तो मैक्स वेबर ने भी द कंसेप्ट दे हैव आल्सो गिवन इज द ब्यूरोक्रेसी. गुड इवनिंग डियर, गुड इवनिंग. राइट, सो इफ यू विल गोइंग टू सी, we have already discussed about what are the sociological theories of power. We have also seen what is power elite is there. Now today we will be discussing about the concept of bureaucracy. Now let's start this thing. The first of all, obviously the question comes, what is bureaucracy? Right, and how this bureaucracy used to impact us. Now we can say this thing, bureaucracy is, it is an organization of non-elected officials of government who implement rules, law and functions. ठीक है, तो ब्यूरोक्रेसी जो है यहां पे एक तरीके से एक ऐसा इंस्टीट्यूट है which will going to implement the rules, which will going to implement the laws and the functions. Now, if we look at the concept of the bureaucracy, initially it was the Vincent D. Gournay who for the first time used this word, the bureaucracy. But in sociology, the credit goes to मैक्स वेबर. ठीक है, ये मैक्स वेबर थे जिन्होंने सोशियोलॉजी में ब्यूरोक्रेसी को लिंक किया विद द लीगल रैशनल अथॉरिटी. नाउ वेबर सेड दिस थिंग, द मॉडर्न सोसाइटी इज रन बाय द रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशन एंड दीज रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशन आर बेसिकली इंप्लीमेंटेड and properly made through the channel of bureaucracy. Now, if we see, Weber has said that bureaucracy is something which will going to administer the organization. और जितना ज्यादा मॉडर्न टाइम आएगा, the more the modern complexity will going to be there. Bureaucracy will going to become more specialized. ठीक है, so what is the Weberian viewpoint of the bureaucracy? Let's see. Now what the Weber says, bureaucracy is having the authority, right? There is a proper hierarchy is there. In that hierarchy you are having the authority. Bureaucracy relation is all about the formal in nature. Right? Bureaucrat is not informal relations. Bureaucracy is having the division of labor properly. Now how? When we say the authority, you see the positions which are acquired in the hierarchy, ठीक है, उसमें जो यहाँ पे clear cut chain होती है. And when the people they are formally selected, they are selected on the basis of their qualification. Rules and regulation will be the one which will going to dominate the bureaucracy life. right? Bureaucracy rule are, or the relations are very impersonal in the organization. It means we are abided by the rules and regulation of the organization, not any personal relationship. Then in the bureaucracy, there is a career orientation, right? So obviously, what we used to see, the promotion is there according to your work profile and the experience. Apart from these 6 rules, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, what we used to see, there is a clear-cut competition right? And then if bureaucrat leave the organization, it will not impact organization. Okay, it means if any one bureaucrat has left also, the organizational structure will not going to be hampered away. Work will always going to go on. So when the Weber has defined all these characteristics of the bureaucracy, slowly and steadily what we find it, that with this more and more problems also started coming. Weber said this thing, when this hierarchical organization is there, authority is fixed, action is taken on the basis of rules and regulation, what will happen? There might be a possibility that the corruption might going to increase. Okay, contrary to it, when we talk about the Marxian perspective, now Karl Marx is totally opposite to the Max Weber. Marx says this thing, that bureaucracy is dominated by the capitalistic people, and the people who are at the top of this bureaucracy, they will never going to acknowledge the lower level people, and hence Karl Marx always used to say that bureaucracy is a characteristic of the capitalistic society, where the small minority, that is the capitalist people, owns the forces of production. Right? And that's why Marx said this thing, that the bureaucracy will never going to benefit the local people or the majority of the people. Likewise, another scholar is there, Robert King Merton. Merton also says, जो हमारी ब्यूरोक्रेसी है, it is dysfunctional for the society. Right? Now, why it is dysfunctional for the society? Reason being, there are excessive focus on rigidity of rules and regulations, right? As a result, what will happen? Chances of red tapeism, chances of corruption, these all will be very high, right? Another thing, what we used to see, the person who is working in the bureaucracy, employee, do not develop belongingness to organization. Right? Employee will always going to have this perspective that this is not my organization. I am here taking the salary, doing the work, and I will going to go. Even if the misuse of the resources are going on, employee is not bothered at all. Apart from this, employee used to get so much addicted to the system that they resist to change. It means if you will going to try change the behavior of the employee. Now employee has become so much rigid in this bureaucratic system that he will not going to change his attitude or the behavior. Right? In this sense, bureaucracy can become the hurdle for the development of the society. And in the country like India, we used to see that all these bureaucrats, what is happening with them? ये जितने भी bureaucrats है हमारी सोसाइटी में रूल करते हैं, एक हायरार्की होती है, हायरार्की के कारण ठीक से जो है यहाँ पे काम नहीं हो पाता. Everyone try to blame game each other. Right? And when every person try to blame game each other, what will happen? The workers will never going to develop the right sense of we feelingness. ठीक है? तो एक जो नौकरशाही होती है काजल, उसमें क्या होता है यहां पे जो है द नौकरशाही जो यहां पे समाज के लिए अच्छी नहीं है. क्यों? मर्टन कहते हैं कि इससे भ्रष्टाचार बहुत ज्यादा बढ़ता है, लाल फीताशाही है, काम बहुत डिले किया जाता है, सरकारी अधिकारी जो है वो कभी अपने संगठन को अपना नहीं मानता. ठीक है? उसको लगता है यहां पे पैसा मिल रहा है, काम करो और जाओ. अगर कोई नुकसान भी हो रहा है उसको कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ रहा. और एक सरकारी अधिकारी जो है वो उस सरकारी तंत्र का इतना ज्यादा जो है यहां पे एडिक्टेड हो चुका होता है, आज अगर हम उसको बदलना भी चाहे वो आसानी से अपने जो है यहां पे बिहेवियर को बदलेगा नहीं. इसीलिए व्हाट वी यूज्ड टू सी डेवलप्ड नेशंस में या डेवलपिंग नेशंस में भी ब्यूरोक्रेसी अपने आप में एक समस्या पैदा करती है. ठीक है? सो इफ यू लाइक अवर दिस सेशन देन प्लीज डू लाइक इट. कमेंट सेक्शन में अपना कमेंट जरूर दीजिएगा और दूसरे दोस्तों के साथ शेयर कीजिए. इसी तरीके से रोज रात को हम 9:30 बजे मंडे टू फ्राइडे सोशियोलॉजी की रिवीजन क्लासेस लाएंगे, सो दैट योर कंसेप्ट कैन बिकम मोर एंड मोर स्ट्रॉन्ग.